Sure. Okay, KEXP's mission is to enrich people's lives by championing music and discovery. So we exist to help people discover new music, and there is a ton of it. Every DJ at KEXP has the awesome freedom and responsibility to curate their own shows, and in the next 5 minutes, I hope to give you a sense of how I do the afternoon show. So every week we get an estimated 200 new albums in the mail. We also get about 500 new songs sent digitally, and a dozen or so demos from bands that hand deliver them into our offices. That's over 12,000 albums a year, which, if you do it, roughly translates into listening to music 24 hours a day for 11 months straight. To start, our music director, Don Yates, sorts these albums into huge stacks based on priority, based on what he thinks the priorities might be. He also opens the doors to his office to our 40-plus DJs to review music, and every DJ, myself included, scours the dark corners of the internet and the real world to find songs so new the bands don't even know they recorded them yet. Various DJs also share their thoughts about the music informally in the hallways, in passing, via email, and sometimes formally by actually writing on the albums. Here's a classic going back to 1982's Devo. Oh no, it's Devo. DJ comments include, "This one sucks the big potato." And Five Ugly Guys from Akron getting real boring. Oh no is right. By the way, these comments are 30 years old. I didn't write them. So Don spends all his time listening to music, which is why he has the shit-eating grin on his face. And then every Friday officially adds new music to the KEXP library, at which point I have an intern rip every bit of music onto a thumb drive. And between the albums Don has added and all the super sneaky tunes that I've personally trolled the web for, I usually have enough new music to listen to nonstop 24 hours a day from Friday until Tuesday when I do my first afternoon show of the week. As I listen to the music, I process the music, I move songs into my own heavy and medium light categories based on how I think they might sound during the afternoon. So I might love a new song by Sigur Rós or Olafur Arnalds, but it might be so deeply chill, it's just not going to sound good during rush hour. Where Thrift Shop or Can't Hold Us by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, while ubiquitous now, had to start somewhere. And last August, I put those into heavy rotation for me. So that's the process with new music, and it happens day after day after day, week after week after week. Prepping, listening, reviewing new music, and then add to that at least 60 years of fantastic music to choose from, layer in every genre from honky-tonk to techno, and every artist from Arcade Fire to Zap. And that's when things start getting really interesting. And it's when the fun really starts as well, creating the show and putting the sets together. Now, in all likelihood, you could listen to KEXP for the rest of your life and never hear the same two songs back to back. Except sometimes two songs or artists just demand to be played back to back. Two songs might be stylistically similar, which works great when you're trying to break a new song or present a new song by putting it into the context of something that came before it, like Parquet Court, Stoned and Starving sounds great into Crazy Rhythms by the Feelies. Or songs might be lyrically linked, like when, say, programming a topical set, say, for Easter. This year I played Jesus is Way Cool, Jesus Built My Hot Rod, Jesus Fever, Jesus and Mary Chain, the Jesus Lizard, and Jesus is Just All Right by Me by the Doobie Brothers. Because there's even a place for Michael McDonald and the Doobie Brothers at the KEXP table as long as they have good manners and are seated next to Zola Jesus and the MC 900-foot Jesus. And by the way, just kidding, I didn't play the Doobie Brothers. Point is, I could have. Some of the best sets might be the ones driven by the dumbest ideas, like the set I did on the anniversary of the death of the man who invented Scrabble, and I just played songs that spelled out words, like R-A-M-O-N-E-S by Motorhead. But you can run the risk of getting too hokey and contrived, so it's best not to always grab the low-hanging fruit, like playing Uncle Tupelo into Sunvolt into Wilco, which I am guilty of. But sometimes you just want to play a great new song that introduces you to a great song alongside a favorite of yours from last year or the year before. So context, curation, channeling the cultural zeitgeist, channeling your zeitgeist, that's what drives every set of music that I play on the afternoon show. And on top of that, playing the music, I'm answering your emails, posting to Facebook, responding to your tweets. I'm part therapist, part alchemist, working to entertain, educate, transform, enlighten listeners from across the globe, just praying that I can keep your attention for 5 minutes before I disappear.